So, Caitlin Clark obviously is a relevant basketball player. Heck, if she wasn't a relevant basketball player, this channel would have 17 subscribers. But anyway, we got to talk about it because Caitlin Clark is somebody that you kind of don't really know what she's going to be doing every now and again. You never know, is she going to be playing? Is she not going to be playing? The reality is that, who knows, maybe the WNBA will mess up her hype so much that she ends up retiring from the damn sport. But anyway, yeah, unlikely, highly unlikely. But she does appear to have a gig with the NBA on NBC. And apologies for not uploading many videos today and being late to a lot of news today. I'm not gonna lie. From 2 o'clock in the morning last night till 9 o'clock in the morning, I was trying to prevent my parents' house from being flooded. It didn't matter. It flooded anyway. Was not fun. So I was up for 32 straight hours and got to sleep at, it's 9 p.m. now, got to sleep at 4 p.m. So 5 hours. So I'm going to record a bunch of these videos and then record a bunch of them, sleep, release them on the hour. But I do want to apologize for that. So anyway, she's going to be added for a game on Sunday. Yes, here, NBC Sports add another high-profile special contributor whose NBA coverage this time is the biggest name in women's basketball, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has joined NBC as a special contributor to his Basketball Night in America pregame show, which will air prior to Sunday Night Basketball series, which begins this weekend. Unlike Michael Jordan, whose special contributor role for NBC so far consisted of a single pre-taped interview, Caitlin Clark will appear live alongside a team of Maria Taylor, Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady, and Vince Carter. Oh, that'll be cool. From the side of games, that'll be very cool. But like Jordan, Clark will only be on sparingly. While Clark has had in a statement released by NBC, there should be only on a few times this season. Dates coming are Sunday, Madison Square Garden, March 29th, in Oklahoma. NBA has 8 nights of Basketball Night in America pregame coverage. I might go out as saying that Clark will be unavailable for the NBA playoff coverage. The WNBA season scheduled to begin on May the 7th or May the 8th. I wonder what the odds are of there being a WNBA season. Because let's be real. Like, I think if there was a chance that the season could be delayed and the season would be cancelled and the league wouldn't die, I think my odds would be a lot higher. I'm at 95% there's going to be a season. I'm at 90% it starts on time. But you just never know. As the weeks go on, those percentages change. But it says here, it would seem highly unlikely Clark would make on-air appearances. Like in the event the season's delayed due to work stoppage, be highly unlikely Clark make on-air appearance while unions on strike. What standard is she going to be held to for that, by the way? If the season's delayed, every other player in this league. So basically, Caitlin Clark is not allowed to do media because of a work stoppage. But all those other players that are the reason for the work stoppage are allowed to sit there and unrival at their summer camp and get paid to train. Get paid, take investors' money to train and not even play a damn league. But it says here, Clark, highest profile player in women's basketball, has not played since July. Part of an injury-racked sophomore season, played his 13 games. Her most recent TV appearance was playing golf. Her previous appearance as a guest analyst was on Taurasi and Steward's alternate presentation of last year's NCAA Women's National Basketball Championship, which aired on ESPN. I love how Taurasi, the first thing she said was reality came to me. But it's unlikely Basketball Night in America will be the only time Clark appears on NBA Sunday's night sports lineup. FIFA schedule for Sunday night games on... Ooh. So they're on NBC. It doesn't matter for me. I'm in Ireland. But that makes it very, very interesting. So, what does this mean? It means we're going to see Caitlin Clark in broadcast. And the fact is that I mean this when I say this. The rumor was... What was the rumor? I just want to see how much they paid Michael Jordan. She's not going to get paid... what's it? NBA, NBC, Michael Jordan cost. I know the Jordan one cost millions. Like, the rumor is that the interview was $40 million for Michael Jordan. And that was one 40-minute interview. I mean this because they showed those Michael Jordan interviews as like clips to get people to watch the show because it was their first thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Caitlin Clark's appearance per episode is in the millions. I mean that. Like, I wouldn't be that surprised if she's getting paid $2 million an episode, because there are hundreds of thousands of people that will tune in just to watch Caitlin Clark. As much as great as Carmelo Anthony is, when you are a special guest, it's very different. And in the year of 2025 or 2026, Jesus, the name brand of Caitlin Clark is great. It's greater than that of Carmelo Anthony. It really is. Look, I think it'll be a very, very interesting one to see what is going to be happening with Caitlin Clark and NBC. It'll be like, I do think Caitlin Clark will do a decent job of it, especially that type of show where, like, I don't think Caitlin Clark would be the greatest, like, you know, kind of Aaliyah Boston doing a lot of stuff on commentary. I think those type of NBA shows, where it's basically just players talking, just chatting to each other, where it's a little bit like kind of pundits almost, but not in the inside the NBA way. I think she'd be a disaster inside the NBA. Never forget Candace Parker at Inside the NBA, where they were just saying stuff and they were like, "Why?" She was trying to explain basketball to them like they were fives. Like, well, yes, they double team Jokic, and they were like, "What if they double team?" It's like, well, if they double team him, he passes to a shooter. I was like, "Oh, why are they now switching to pick and roll?" It's like, if they go through the pick and roll, the guard turns the corner, it's a layup. Like, oh, I can't even remember. It's not that exact thing, but it was literally like people going with Candace Parker, being like, "Why don't you do this?" She was like, well, "That's a layup. That's an open 3-pointer. Why they have to do that?" But yeah, look, it'll be an interesting one to see Caitlin Clark on Sunday. For NBA pregame, is it on during a reasonable hour for me? I was about to say, I was like, nothing. I don't even know what reasonable hour is anymore. I went to sleep at 4 p.m. today, so I can't. Was it 4 or 5? I actually between 4 and 5 p.m. I went to sleep today, after being up since 8 a.m. the day before. So I slept 30 something hours, 31 hours. But yeah, 32 hours. Either way, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going to be watching it? I think it's interesting. I think it is interesting to see Caitlin Clark being involved in the media. I think she'll do a good job. I do think she will do a good job, to be honest, in the media. I think she'll be good at it. And I think in this type of setting where she's talking with other top tier pros or former pros, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a really fun scenario for Caitlin to be in. And I think it's going to be something that a lot of fans are really going to enjoy. And look, at the end of the day, has the mania died of Caitlin? Yeah, but she's still one of the most popular athletes in the world, especially Americans. Most popular athletes in no, definitely one of the most popular athletes in America. I mean, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.